Hey guys, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning. I am here with a brand new series for my channel for you guys called Challenge Me. This is where you guys, the viewers, get to challenge me to create new spreads using a certain planner or page template and certain stickers or planner charms or whatever. You challenge me and I create something new. So don't forget to subscribe and stick around to see how this challenge turned out. Okay guys, so for this challenge we're going to be working in the Kimmy Ray planner by Soft Designs. The point of this challenge was I got asked the question, how do you use the clip-on style of digital planner charms when your planner goes all the way out to the edges? So this is the planner that the person is currently using, and they wanted to be able to use those style of digital clips. So she chose the silver and diamond charm set from my shop, and for stickers she chose the Teal Dreams sticker set. So we're going to be using both of these things to create a weekly and a daily spread in this planner. It's a really nice kind of, I guess you would say it's just a clean, modern, super functional planner. It's got like a very wide open basic setup that gives you plenty of room, plenty of opportunity to do really whatever you want. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm using the white pen to just cover over this week of title at the top, and I'm going to show you another way that you can cover up things on a planner. Now this technique with the pen, it only really works if the pages are completely white or completely black or just a solid color. If there's a paper texture, you're going to have to use another technique that I'll show you on the daily page. So obviously this is the weekly page, and I'm choosing to create a text box and a really fun font, and just putting the month and the year up here instead of saying week of that comes on the planner. That's one of the really fun things about digital planning, is you can really customize your planners to be whatever you want. So that's what we're doing here. And I'm grabbing these tiny little banners from the Teal Dreams sticker set, and I'm going to use them to date the days of the week. And so what I'm doing is I'm resizing this, and then I'm just going to use the lasso tool to copy the font because I like this same font. And then I'm just going to go with a number. I started out with a single digit, but I'm going to change that here in a minute. I'm centering it so that I can line it up with the sides of the little banner sticker. And I'm going to go with a large number because it's easier to see size-wise what I need to use. So if I go with a larger number and then just size it down a bit, then I can use the lasso tool and copy and paste and do this for each of these days. That's a lot easier than trying to recreate it every single time, is if you set up one and then you just copy and paste for each of the days, then you are good to go. I'm just going to circle all three of these and do 3 at once. Makes it easier. And now they're all set up, so all you have to do is go back and change the numbers. And you'll discover this later, but this is obviously, I'm recording this narration after I've done this, and I'm so used to planning on my weeklies that are Monday through Sunday that I just started dating this as if it was Monday through Sunday. And then later on in the video you'll see where I actually discovered wait, this is Sunday start, not Monday start. So just ignore that for now. I'll fix it in a little bit. All right, so now we get into the fun decoration part. So I am pulling in this fun little mosaic type of sticker, and I'm using the image tool to use the grips, and I'm just squishing and pushing and pulling until I can resize it to fill in this end box that we're going to use is kind of like our go-to notes area on this weekly spread. And this is also where we're going to use our clip. So that's coming up. But since this is our notes area, I'm also going to pull in a colored box and resize it. I don't know why sometimes when you choose the image tool, it wants to automatically bring up your gallery, which if you'll see this lots in this. You'll see lots of book covers in my gallery. That's because I keep a book journal. Okay, anyway, so I'm pulling in this adorable little heart clip, and I'm using it to clip a note on this edge. So I've created this edge in the planner by using the boundary of this box area, and that's allowing me to use the little clip. So technically it's not super realistic in that it's on a page, it's not clipped to like the edge of the page, but it's a fun way to use a digital clip like this in an area that you can't clip it on the top of a page. You can clip it onto an area as long as you have like a solid edge to use it. So that's what we're doing here. And then I'm just pulling in other little things. Now, obviously, this is not a weekly spread for something specific for me. So I'm just giving some general note areas where, these can be shifted around. You can use these for events, anything like that. And for this one, I'm using the crop tool to pull in some of the edges because I'm going to stretch this out a lot. It's a lot smaller than the area that I'm going to stretch it out to be. So when you crop in some of those edges, it keeps you from getting fuzzy edges. Because sometimes if you stretch out a sticker a lot larger, you'll get fuzzy edges. So we don't want that. So that's why I crop that down. All right, so now I'm going to pull in some glitter because, if you followed some of my videos before, I love the glitter. And digital glitter is so much better than physical glitter. There's no mess. So I'm using that same technique as I did with the lined circle above, where you just crop off some of the edges. And doing that's a really good way to utilize the different edges in your planner spreads. So you can line things up with borders and with boxes and layer on things like this for notes. And I'm also going to pull in one of these little note checklist things, list stickers, whatever you call them. And I'm going to stick it up here on this date, but I'm going to move it over so it centers on that little date banner because I think that looks better. And then what else do we have? Let's grab the Love the Weekend, and we're going to stick here. And you can see my notes kind of slow down a little bit because this is the point where I realized, oh, I've dated this incorrectly. So I've got to go back and fix that. So we're still going to use the Love the Weekend sticker because we love the weekend. So I'm turning off selection for images so I can just grab my text. And I'm going to start moving this text around. Now, you'll notice that some of these, for some reason, the text just kind of disappears. I don't know why it disappeared. It's still there. Trust me, it's still there. But we're going to have to fix it because for some reason GoodNotes stuck it behind the images, and that doesn't really make sense. But since our image selection is still turned off, we can circle the text because we know it's there. We moved it there. It obviously is not showing up for some reason. So we're just going to select it and cut and paste so that we can layer it on top. So if this ever happens to you, this is an easy way to fix it. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my dog barking outside. I don't know what she's barking at. She doesn't either. She's deaf. I don't know what she's barking at. Anyways, so my numbers are all fixed, and let's grab this fun quote sticker. Got to turn the image selection back on, and I want to use this somewhere just because it pulls in that pink. Obviously you can see I'm going with a teal and pink color scheme, and not too many colors. It's a simple thing. We're going to stick the quote over here in our little notes area because that's just fun. And then let's pull in this reminder header that we can size up and stick up here with this box. That makes it a fun little area, I think. What else do we need? Oh, let's grab these arrows and we're going to just create a little design up here at the top edge of the page just for a little something extra because I think that's cute. And that's our weekly page. It's done. It's simple. It's great. I love how this turned out. I think it's really pretty. So now let's look at the daily page. Now I will say that I really like this daily page layout because there's so much you can do with it. It's a really simple, clean design that you can just turn into whatever you want. So I'm using this this large washi image, I guess you'd call it washi, and I'm just trimming in those edges just because I'm stretching it out a lot and I don't want fuzzy edges. I'm just going to resize it, and because this page template goes all the way out to the edge, you can just move this off the edge and it's going to hide whatever doesn't fit because the planner goes out to the edge. So you don't have to crop it at the bottom or size it up exactly because it will go off the page. So this is your other technique for covering up areas in the planner. So I lassoed a blank area of the page and copied and pasted the screenshot, and then I'm just going to resize it so I can cover up some of the grid here. And once again, this is going to give me another edge that I can use for a clip-on style of planner charm. So we're going to use this long dangly one because it's going to look really pretty down the side of the page, and we're going to use that line that I just created as our, as our clip-on area. So we're just going to clip it onto that line, and it's a fun way to use that planner charm because you have a landing place for it. It has a nice little ledge to sit on, even though it's not technically super realistic because it's an edge and it's not the edge of the page, but it still works, right? So now I'm using the shape tool so I can get straight lines because I cannot draw straight lines on an iPad. So straight edges, and this teal color matches our look. So we're just going to cut and paste our planner charm so it sits on top of those lines, and that's good to go. Now let's grab in this pretty floral book image, and we're going to use it to fill up this entire section over here so that we have a really pretty page. And if you set up something like this and you just really love it, you can, use the lasso tool, select it all, and copy it to your next daily page if you want to use it again. It's a fun way to do that once you get it set up one way. So maybe you want to use the same style for every day throughout the week and then change it up the next week. You could totally do that. So we're also going to make use of this decorative image area by layering up these colored boxes and a little colored header. We're going to resize it. I'm going to squish it and push and pull a little bit so I get the size that I want, so it's in that soft teal box. And this could be a little notes area. This could be your to-do list, your grocery list, whatever you need it to be. And then I'm also going to use this shorter rectangle box that it pulls in that pink color, and I'm going to layer it up. Now, and you guys see that I'm switching back and forth between the lasso tool to resize and the image tool, because if you're resizing in GoodNotes and your sticker goes a little crooked, switch over to the image tool and you can rotate it again and it will straighten it out for you. I don't know why it does that. That's probably one of the main reasons why I do not use the lasso tool to resize text, because once your text rotates a little crooked like that, you cannot get it back, and it's so annoying and drives me crazy. So I'd rather resize with a number. It's just easier. Okay, so now we've got our important notes area at the bottom, and then I'm just going to use this today's sticker. You can add the date up there at some point. And now I want to add in a little bit of decoration. I'm going to use that same technique of grabbing a circle sticker here and cropping it down. So I'm going to go with this cushion looking one, and use the crop tool on the image and crop it almost in half, not quite, and just tuck it up here at the edge because it adds a little bit of decoration. And I'm going to layer up one of these long skinny boxes so that that can be a fun note area. We're going to resize that and layer it up. And it also gives it another look for that clip to clip that note on there. So we're going to cut and paste it so it goes back on top. So that's fun. If you were using Note Shelf instead of GoodNotes, you would just tell it to go to the top. But we're in GoodNotes right now. And then what else? Let's grab this same light teal color that we used on our weekly spread. And I'm going to stretch it out and push and pull and squish. This is one thing I wish Note Shelf had, because I do plan in GoodNotes and Note Shelf. I wish you could do this squishing and pushing and pulling in Note Shelf, but you can't. So I'm going to use this sticker to line up with the grid that's on this page, and I'm going to use it to divide up our grid section so that you have two separate note areas. And then I'm also going to grab this little border sticker and put it on there just to further divide up this section so that I can line it up with the grid. That's one reason why the grid is so handy. Like a regular square grid like this, like a graph or a dot grid, it's really handy for lining up and dividing up sections of your page. So at first I thought this is good, we're going to leave it there so it doesn't go behind the clip, but then I was like, no, let's re-squish this. So re-squish, is that a word? I don't think that's a word. We're going to stretch this out so it goes the full length of this, and then we just have to cut and paste our planner charm so it sits on top again. And that's it, you guys. I love how this challenge turned out. So the before and the after, I'm going to show you that next so you can compare those, and it's so much fun. This is the fun part of digital planning, creating something new. Okay, so here's the before and after of the weekly and the before and after of the daily. So if you have a planner spread or a sticker set or something that you want to participate and challenge me with, make sure you drop me a line in the comments or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook or through my blog or wherever, and I look forward to the next challenge. Bye guys.